Samus Aran has been one of the most influential female characters in video game history, and 30 years later, she's still part of one of the most successful franchises Nintendo has ever released. There's no one who can look as good in a power suit and take down Mother Brain with quite as much prowess as she can. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with the gamer and ring that bell to become a part of our notification squad so you never miss a video. Without further ado, let's check out 5 dark secrets about Samus Nintendo tried to hide. Number 1. Samus wasn't always a lady. When people ask about influential female characters in video games, most will point toward Lara Croft, but there was another lady who took the video game world by storm well before her. Samus Aran of the Metroid series was not always meant to be a female character. Metroid appeared 10 years before Tomb Raider in 1986 and was developed by Nintendo for Nintendo-exclusive systems. And with its success, tons of games were added to the franchise. Samus Aran was established as a male character for the release, until a staff member said to Yoshio Sakamoto, "Hey, wouldn't it be kinda cool if it turned out that this person inside the suit was a woman?" Yoshio Sakamoto ran with it, even though he wasn't sure how players would react to the surprise, and it turned out to be a pretty good decision. She's still one of the most influential video game characters to date, even if she was only put in the title for the element of surprise. It's interesting to think about how far along the development process must have been, as the original game's instructional manual refers to the character as a male. The game's producers have tried to state it was a deliberate mistake to keep the identity hidden, but then again, perhaps the manual was already in completion and re-editing all of those wouldn't have been cost-effective. Either way, we were surprised when we found out Samus's identity. But it was a good kind of surprise, kind of like when you find 20 bucks in your pocket on laundry day. Number 2. She was raised by birds. One of the most interesting things about Samus' story is that she was orphaned by space pirates after they raided her home of K2L. A mysterious Chozo found her, adopted her, and took her to Zeebies, where she would be infused with a special DNA and raised to become a warrior. Once she was old enough, she joined the Federation police force tasked with bringing down the space pirates and their continuous attacks on innocent vessels. It was also her way of seeking revenge for her parents' death. The original name for Chozo in Japan was literally translated to mean Birdman race. The bird race is an extremely mysterious and ancient one, wise beyond our comprehension. You learn about this as Samus Aran collects the items which allow her to excel and possess the bird-like race's abilities. Old Bird says in Super Metroid's Nintendo Power comic that the power suit is meant to be tough like the skin of the Chozo, and anyone inside the suit was forced to basically withstand mental torture beyond human comprehension in order to use the suit. Remember when Grey Voice attacks Mother Brain? He deals with an immeasurable pain and then becomes immobilized. Grey Voice was a Chozo who seemed to be a traitor to his race as he became a leader to Mother Brain. It turned out he had been planning on turning on her all along and was the one who donated his Chozo DNA to Samus, acting as a type of surrogate father. The interesting dynamic here is where Grey Voice failed, Samus succeeded in defeating Mother Brain. He was hit with a mental block, which also made the Chozo change their warrior habits to become a more peaceful race. Look, there is so much to the backstory of the Chozo race and Samus that it would be hard to fit into one video. But without these birds, Samus would never have become who she was destined to be. Number 3. Samus has a brother. We love the idea that Samus may have an entire family lineage we know nothing about. Until now. Samus Aran may have had a brother named Solomon Aran, although this fact may or may not be canon to her backstory in the game. The reason we mention this is because it's only discussed in The Blood of the Chozo. This is an interactive story told online by Nintendo Power Source. It lasted approximately 3.5 months, and Samus only had a small role in the story. In the story, Solomon was said to have been 2 years younger than his sister and was presumed to be either dead or missing. Although in most film or book adaptations, this usually means they're still alive somewhere, but not in the character's life for one reason or another. In the Metroid manga from 2002, quite a few elements of Samus's past were changed. Her parents' names became Chief Rodney and Virginia Aran. In Blood of the Chozo, these characters are never stated to be her parents, and the human settlement is finally given the name of K2L. Since Samus was also said to be younger in this manga, they may have decided not to include Solomon as a character. Although, we'd like to have even a shred of hope Samus has a sibling out there. What do you guys think about the missing brother in Samus's backstory? Number 4. She's had 2 love interests. Arguably, every great story has to have a love triangle or some kind of confliction in love interests. The strangeness in this particular one is that neither of Samus's love interests were written in the same story. The Kevin and Samus relationship showed up in Captain N, the Game Master. In this TV show and comic adaptation, Samus Aran is constantly at odds with another member of the N team, Princess Lana, because they both want Kevin Keane to notice them. Unfortunately, Samus never made an appearance in the cartoon's first season, as the head writer never heard of her. What? This one is a bit hard to wrap our heads around, but Other M was one of those games which was altogether better left alone or entirely out of the Metroid franchise. There's an argument that there may have been an attraction between Samus and Adam, specifically in Other M. The relationship would be called an Electra complex, where a daughter is attracted to her father. Yeah, let's keep Freudian theory out of this video before we scar everyone for life. Number 5. Wario and Samus should have teamed up long ago. Can you imagine a Samus and Wario mashup? It might be so beautiful it rips a hole in the space-time continuum. The only thing better than this might be a Metroid movie, but we guess the Metroid Other M live-action trailer will have to do for now. Or maybe it was a secret where you could find pieces of Wario Land in a Metroid game. Well, guess the cat's out of the bag now. One interesting fact about Metroid Fusion and Wario Land 4 is they both ran off the same engine while in development, so some of the code was never taken out of the game. A hacker by the name of Sendmos discovered a debug world with graphics from the Wario game while looking around Metroid Fusion. If you're interested in checking out how to achieve this awesomeness, check out the link in the description. We'd love to tell you how to do it, but it's pretty complicated and we're not professional hackers. We just love video games. If you do try this and are successful, share your secrets with us. So, what do you think could be added to Samus's backstory to make it even better? Do you like how she's a silent protagonist? Yeah, we're ignoring Other M. The baby, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby. Why or why not? Let us know in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to TheGamer and join us in the next video.